From LumberJillville, USA comes the most stylish, elegant, bewitching, eternally beguiling, continuously charismatic, and fantastically fascinating man to appear in this or any YouTube channel. Allow yourself to be seduced, enchanted, dazzled, and entranced by all red everything himself, Mayor Aaron. Welcome to the Eva-Lution of Eva Marie wrestling figures. I was inspired to make this video based on her match against Alexa Bliss at SummerSlam.
Are you sure that she's even going to wrestle? I'm sure she will have Dewdrop wrestle for her.
What are you doing here? How are you talking?
I'm here to be your co-host. Jilly is my name, and being silly is my game.
I don't need a co-host. I have co-mayor Alexa.
You're right. You don't need me. And I don't need you. That's why I'm taking over LumberJillville soon.
Oh, what do you mean?
I'm coming for you, Mayor Aaron. This October, I'm taking over LumberJillville. Code Red, Mayor Aaron in trouble. Mayor Aaron, who do I need to eliminate?
No. Apparently I just drifted off editing, and I just had this horrible nightmare about my daughter's creepy doll.
Is the creepy doll named Dakota Kai? I heard you mentioning that name in your dreams.
What? No. That must have been from an earlier dream. No, I didn't. Anyway, the doll's name was Jilly, apparently.
Need me to eliminate her?
No, but I truly appreciate you keeping me safe, Robo-to-me, I really do. But honestly, I just hope at SummerSlam, Eva Marie defeats Alexa Bliss and eliminates that creepy doll Lily. Honestly, if you follow Eva Marie on Instagram, she's really athletic and strong. She works her butt off.
I am sure that is the reason why you follow her on Instagram. The only reason why.
Hey, I gotta get in a better mindset to the evolution of Eva Marie figures. I'm really excited for this video. But do me a huge favor, please. Do not tell Diva Marie that I'm doing this video, because if she finds out that she's just an Eva Marie figure brought to life, it might really upset her.
Affirmative.
Thank you very much. Now, one quick question so I could shake the jeebies from this nightmare I had. In theory, what would you do if someone overthrew me as mayor of LumberJillville?
I would eliminate them.
Good.
Then I would find everyone and everything that they ever loved and destroy it all. And I would burn any evidence of my elimination to cover my tracks. And if anyone suspected me of doing it, I would then eliminate them as well. Then I would eliminate any connections they had. There would be pain.
Welcome to LumberJillville. Women's wrestling lives here. And welcome to the evolution of Eva Marie's wrestling figures. Now, today we are going to do an in-depth look at all three of her wrestling figures released by Mattel. She does have a Funko Pop, but to me that's more of a collectible. Now, the reason we're doing this Eva-Lution style review and something totally different from what I've done before is because 3 figures isn't enough for a figure history in my opinion, and she might have more figures released in the future. I also wanted to do this video because at the time of recording this is before SummerSlam, and she has a match against Alexa Bliss, and I really hope she wrestles because she gets a bad rap, she gets a lot of flack, and in my opinion, I think Eva-Marie was pushed out there way too soon and gets a lot of unwarranted hate. So I follow her on Instagram and I read a lot about her, and she seems like a very good woman, has a strong head on her shoulder, she's very athletic, and I really hope she gets to display that in the ring because I think she gets a bad rap and I'm a big fan. So with that being said, let's take a closer look at her figures, starting with her debut. Basic Series 43, released in 2014. This attire is from the November 4th, 2013 edition of Raw, where Eva and the Bella Twins defeated AJ Lee, Tamina, and Oksana. Eva scored the pinfall in this match, and it was considered her first victory in the WWE. Alright, so let's start out with her debut figure. Now, this is a scan that is used on her next figure as well, so we're going to take a closer look at it. I really don't think the scan is that bad, but as you'll see in her next release, what matters a lot is how the scan's printed on. Because this one's printed on pretty well, but there's a little sloppiness going on around her eyes. There's a lot of little black marks on her face. So that looks a little weird, but overall, it's not terrible. Is it a good face scan? Absolutely not, but it's not terrible. Now, this hair sculpt is really cool, how it's real curly, and it goes over her left shoulder. She has that bright red color. Now, what I really like about this figure is this black attire looks awesome. It looks really good in contrast with her red hair. Now, she has black armbands painted on each side. She has this real intricate design painted on pretty cleanly with black. She has a little molding between her chest, and that's about it, with this little green circular design in the middle there. Going around the back, that's just painted on, and then we have even the strings to her top painted down, so it's a nice little detail. Her bottoms are just straight black, with a little greenish rectangle to simulate a belt buckle, I suppose. She has no knee pads, and then going down to her boots, she just has black boots with black kick pads. So, something else I did notice is she does have a belly button ring. I forgot to point that out, but that's pretty cool because this is the only one of all 3 of her figures that has this. Now, I did see this before in a basic Emma figure, but it's not very common to see in these women's figures. So, I think the black attire looks great with the red hair, and the scan isn't terrible. Basic Series 59, released in 2016. This attire is randomly from a Total Divas photo shoot to promote the show. She has worn green attire in the ring before, but this specific design and shade of green matches perfectly to the photo shoot attire. It's important to note that the package this figure came in did have a big Divas logo on the box. Alright, so like I mentioned before, I believe, as far as I can tell, this is the same scan that she had in her debut figure. However, mine on this particular version of this figure was printed on a little off, and to me it looks silly, it looks goofy. And this figure's scan actually did make my part 1 video of the top 10 worst women's wrestling face scans because it just looks horrible, in my opinion. It looks off. And even though in her debut figure it looked good, just the application of it makes a big difference, so yeah. But she once again has the same hairstyle, same hair color, which works great. This time around, if we look in at her right ear, she has a silver earring, which is a nice little detail. Now, she once again has the same exact ring attire that she had in her debut figure, except instead of being black, this time around it's this sea greenish type color, which looks pretty cool. It just doesn't stand out as well. And I could be crazy, but I feel like her skin tone is a little more tan in her debut figure than in this one. So the green really doesn't pop as well against the skin tone, in my opinion. Moving her around, she has all the details included in her debut figure, including the strings hanging down. And then she once again has the black boots with black kick pads, so she does not have green boots with green kick pads. So, yeah, this figure just doesn't really do it for me. It kind of gives me Poison Ivy vibes, which is pretty cool, and I think this is a uniquely cool figure. But I think my scan just kind of ruins it for me. NXT TakeOver Series, released in 2017. This attire is from the July 22nd, 2015 episode of NXT, where Eva-Marie defeated Cassie. Cassie would later become known as Peyton Royce. So now on to her most recent figure in 2017, and this is the full evolution of Eva Marie's figures because I think her last one was effing awesome, and I absolutely love this Eva Marie figure. So as you can see, she does have a different scan as her other two figures, and it looks really good. It's highly detailed. She's even got a little heelish smirk, so it works great. Her hair mold is also different, this time being straight, but going over her left shoulder, kind of like it was previously, except this time it's straight. It's still that red color, so it pops. And obviously this time we have the all red iconic attire. Now it is important to note that not only is the color different, but the design of her attire is different. It has an opening in the front of the chest here, along with black borders going around the straps and also the borders of her top. The little tie in the back is also thickly painted. Doesn't look the best, to be honest with you, but that's alright. Now, her bottoms are also intricately painted. They're not just red, but they have little silver studs painted on, along with this black border going around. And then what really stands out is her boots, kick pads, and this little sleeve that is above it. It says in silver writing with black outline, all red everything. Now, this was her gimmick at the time, and the only thing I wish is that this figure came out in elite form, even though it's basically got elite articulation. I wish it came out in elite form so we could have got her robe that she wore so often to the ring. I think that would have been an awesome figure. So, in my opinion, this is one of the best women's wrestling figures out there, especially basics. So yeah, they knocked it out of the park with the detail, the color, the likeness, everything. Alright, since this is a new style video here in LumberJillville, this is going to be a lot of fun, because just like the history videos, I'm going to rank them from my least favorite to my favorite, but this time around, I'm also going to include scores, and then let you know about the price that they're going for online. So that being said, my least favorite Eva Marie figure at number 3 is Basic Series 59, released in 2016. Now, I give this figure an overall score of a 5 out of 10, and the main reason is this is just an average figure in my opinion. I don't think the likeness is that great, or good at all in my opinion, and the attire doesn't really stand out or pop. It's just kind of a boring figure and not the best. Now at number 2, we have Basic Series 43, released in 2014. Now, I give this figure an overall score of a 6.5 out of 10 because, in my opinion, it is a lot better than her second figure, which was this Basic Series 59. I think the black attire really stands out more, and the contrast it has with her tan skin and her red hair really stands out. And I like the little detail of the belly button ring, so it's definitely a cool Eva Marie figure. Now, at number 1, my favorite Eva Marie figure is the NXT TakeOver Series released in 2017. And I give this figure an overall score of an 8 out of 10 because, in my opinion, this figure rules and it is freaking awesome. I think it's not only a good Eva Marie figure, but it's one of the best Mattel women's basics out there. Now, if we're talking price, this NXT TakeOver one goes for about $55 MOC, so it is the most expensive. Basic Series 43 here goes for about $25, and Basic Series 59 goes for $20. So, here's the thing. I know Eva Marie has a lot of haters out there. And trust me, during the diva era of women's wrestling, it's hard to watch. It really is. However, if you follow her on social media and read about her, she really is an inspiring woman. I mean, just recently on Instagram, she posted her 8-year sobriety anniversary, and I think that is freaking tremendous, and that is an amazing accomplishment and really makes me look up to her. And like I said, she really is a hard worker, super athletic, and I really hope she gets her due and she gets to prove herself in the WWE to show that she's not just a supermodel, that she can compete and she can perform, and I hope we get that. But either way, even though LumberJillville is all about the strong, powerful women and the diva era is kind of a dark spot, we support the women here in LumberJillville, and we see the good in them. And I see the good in Eva Marie, and I really do see the bright future that she has ahead of her. Thanks for stopping by LumberJillville. Women's wrestling lives here. For a first look at all future women's wrestling figures, and also additional videos like we did today, make sure to hit like, subscribe, and join the community. Now, very soon I should be getting Survivor Series Bailey and Elite 88 Trish Stratus, both versions, so look for those reviews very soon. If you haven't already, make sure to check out the Treasure Knives podcast, LumberJillcast, wherever you listen to pods. Also head over to ProWrestlingTees/LJV and check out the new merch that I put up there. Now with that being said, I hope you'll have a great weekend and have a good night, y'all.